trapping spells and gap close, and the only fear that she has right now is the arena. But Wind Ranger itemizes so well
against Terra.
I don't really know what it would be in this meta. There used to be like a Mjolnir build on Juggernaut, but we haven't really seen it. Sure. I wonder where that went though. I mean, I know Battle Fury is just mad efficient with the Ancient clearing and all of that. I do think Mjolnir sometimes on these Agi carries is still pretty viable.
Yeah, in a matchup against high armor hero like Terrorblade, and the extra attack speed bonus that you're talking about could be effective. Yeah, I mean, if there is a game that you can grab it, this might be one of them.
Something interesting. We'll see if he considers it, though I kind of know he won't.
Yeah, Dirachu does tend to stick to his builds.
I mean, for good reason this event, right? He has had the weight of a lot of these games on his back, so whatever he is confident in winning the late game fights with, I'm confident in him to make the correct decision.
They're going to try down, run down Noob. The arrow's going to miss, and that is going to result in Noob's death. And maybe they can even get Omar here, though he does have plenty of leap charges. He's out. First blood claimed by Quinn, though.
CS and net worth total. T2000 opened a 30 CS gap on an ace underlord. This is pretty much unheard of, right? Normally the execution here is formidable from the side of gaming in terms of abusing this hero on the lane in the CS department, getting to a fast Vanguard. Ace is still looking for that defensive item, and Quest are going to try and arrow him a third time. They're just going to bring out a Sonic Wave in to finish him off. This is a lot of abuse on an Underlord who is having a very rough early game, all things said and done. Doubled up by the Terrorblade here.
Do you think this is a trend?
Ooh, a lot less intimidating, or at least you understand what they're doing. And I think it's something that more teams should have been aware of over the year, because Ace is really like the standout player on this squad. So if you
trying to get the spear off of the Omni Slash, doesn't quite latch, and as a result, Malik is going to be pulled back to his doom. Quinn shows up just in time to take the last hit. 2-2.
Increase his farm rate. The Queen of Pain is finding a decent amount of gold out of just neutral camps and waves here, almost 100 CS. So that part is working out for Noob. Maybe the idea is, I don't need as much lane advantage, I'm just going to scale like a beast.
Can they do the damage fast enough here? Cowrie going to try and get out, but it's the power shot that adds the extra bit of damage required. Game and Gladiators show up in force now to even out the towers.
5 heroes for Cowrie. This is a bit of an with the Pango mid. I get a similar vibe, not as dependent, but they're going to run into similar issues with the BKB timings here if Quest can align at all.
Limits it back in with the Underlord coming in, but Malik has already shown up. He missed the God's Rebuke, but he can still play to defend Noob in this fight. Arena managed to get 2. Tofu's going to respond with his own Arena. It's going to be a mess, but they have the Supernova. That is going to give Quest the advantage here in this fight. They are able to get away from the Supernova explosion. Noob trying to chase after them with TA2000 in tow. An arrow. Ace sees it coming.
Man, that was your Scotty completed on the Terrorblade. If he got in there with meta, he was going
to... Of TA2000.
Oh, this ward's super good.
It's going to help. Arrow. Oh, man. Great reactions from Game of Gladiators to these arrows attempted without a setup stun. They're going to catch Tofu here. Tofu trying to get off whatever spells he can. Supernova inside the arena. They wipe him out with a Sonic Wave, too. That was heavy commitment for just a Rubik.
Yeah,
Dirachu feels like this is a fight they can take.
No, maybe not. He took a couple of hits there, decided against it. SNY Juggernaut.
Ward too, so definitely not a great one anymore.
Quest trying to abuse it and catch this Wind Ranger. Quinn has put himself in a corner.
Yeah, why did he do that? He doesn't have the BKB, but he'll manage to get away from that Wind Ranger. Created enough time that it looks like with Dirachu here with the Omni Slash, they can push back against Quest, do enough damage that they have to retreat. You can see Noob's getting out, Mountain to be caught, so they do manage to kill 2 off of that one. Quinn, I guess going back there, created just enough time, and now they've gotten 2 hero pickoffs near the Roshan pit once again.
Yeah, this should be Roshan. Right now is, can the Queen of Pain just jump into the fight first, this Wind Ranger?
Gonna jump Ace. The Sunray is really gonna help burn him down quickly. Combine that with the Terrorblade damage, and they have a kill. Now, it was a heavy commitment. They used 2 ultimates for it, basically 3, because MENA was used for it as well.
They still have triple BKB up.
It's true. Malik jumps straight into this one. Immediately gonna be Omni Slash. Pops BKB, and he soaks up the Omni Slash. No problem. Half health. Not a big deal. Get off the healing ward for Dirachu. Noob jumps in and kills it immediately. He may have to use his BKB, but it was a big win being able to take away that sustain option for Gaming Gladiators. Malik barely able to get out, but from the other side, Quinn's going to join in. Gleitner, not quite enough. That side comes in from Cavalry, denies Quinn the opportunity to get a kill.
That's an Arcane Rune Wind Ranger. Quinn is not happy about being unable to contribute to this fight from a really good position in the back.
Oh, he's going to have vision of it. If he goes up, he may still be able to snipe him.
Yeah, he wants him.
Malik is low, though. A power shot's not going to do it by itself. He needs to hit the Gleitner, then the power shot, then maybe another hit. Shackle shot doesn't land. A long-range shot. That's the tier 3 item for you.
Enchanted Quiver, so good on these range burst heroes. Malik.
So with their smoke up, had some information here. Moonlight Shadow's going to be used. Noob, oh, it goes off just in time. Doesn't get hit by the Gleitner, but will get hit by a telekinesis. Setting up the Omni Slash, and he gets picked off. Once again, Gaming Gladiators get a numbers advantage, and we'll start pushing towards Quest side of the map.
That's a 1,000 gold kill as well. Little streak off of the Noob Queen of Pain here. Kind of reset a bit.
Yeah, this Hex actually sets up. I think that entire idea is possible without the Hex, but here it shows itself. Gets a pick off on Duraccio. Hex Spear, Arena, damage from the meta Terrorblade.
Another quick smoke on the mid lane. Gaming are just not ready for it. This could be a full Rax here. How much does T2000 want to push it? And the telekinesis save cannot bring you out of that Spear Arena. As he tried another Hex landing.
He's going to be put on Ace. He's going to be torn apart here. The telekinesis throwing him a bit of distance away. EA2000 just keeps going with that BKB.
Oh, looking pretty deep. He's probably going to exchange his life for this.
That's right. Keep him alive for as long as possible with some heals, but the Terrorblade is going to work on the tier 3. Pull back in, another nullifier, this time put it on the Quinn, but he pops his BKB and it's okay. Gets the kill on the support. New buyback immediately.
As T2000 is unsure where to go right now. He could not commit for the Wind Ranger and could not commit for the buildings. And we'll get neither here, as he can successfully defend better than I thought they would. So Wind Ranger is still a massive nuisance for their lineup to
push on this entire time.
I think that's why T2000 is just pushing it right here, right? You need to see something, you need to force a reaction on a Gaming, or at least collect in the meantime. And he will get those TPs back here. This is still a decent area for Quest to fight around that high ground war.
Nice big burst damage on these lines. Isn't going to be enough. T2000 needs the thunder on the BKB. Gets off the thunder on Ace. A big turnaround from Quest, but can he fight through Duraccio on a second life? They're going to be able to blow up Ace. Focus fire, man. Still stuck in this focus fire. Noob, he's going to be left without his carry and Quest. Oh no! A massive DC in the middle of a very important team fight. Ultra Grief is right, Celery.
That just
enough the Juggernaut and blow him up.
Well, that is how she goes, I suppose, as Gaming are going to look for Omar up here.
Word for word, surrounding Omar. Gaming Gladiators, they head to it.
Man, that felt like he respawned really fast. ST2000 also up here. It'll end up being Gaming's Roche, it looks like.
Is that one pickoff really just enough to dissuade Quest from contesting Roshan?
You have to throw the Hex plus another Lincoln's Bright plus this nullifier on him, and you have to be able to see him.
Live near, forced to use the BKB, Noob.
Got the nullifier, got blocked by the Lincolns though. He's only just 1v5ing here.
Moonlight Shadow trying to get away. Shackle shot does land. Gaming Gladiators are around, but Quinn doesn't have his BKB. They go straight for him on the arena. He eats the cheese though. Still gets stuck inside the arena with the Supernova about to explode. It's gonna stun nobody. Not even the Juggernaut comes back for the Omni Slash in time. Now they're gonna pull back Cowrie. He's gonna be stunned. They leave him behind. The rest of Quest desperate to get out of here. Very much a lost engagement for them that is out of their hands, and now they go into a point where they don't have meta, potentially.
And I can't help but feel like you just take Undispellable Wind right here. So I think this focus fire on the low enough cooldown it is has been good enough in the fights. You're just gonna throw it on the Terrorblade every time. Undispellable Wind Run is disgusting for how limited control they have on you in the first place.
If you know for sure you're throwing on the Terrorblade every time, then like if you get that one kill, it doesn't matter if you have focus fire again.
Nice
Supernova trying to finish off Tofu. They really want to pick off here, but they're just not getting it. The auras from Ace keep them alive for now. They're going to go for Ace now, but the Omni Slash is there. Juggernaut arrow in this mix. An arrow landed on the Juggernaut to get back down. Now a second Supernova. No way, Duraccio. He rolled that arrow to the most terrible arrow of his career. Now he's going to come back on his second life though. Is he gonna be okay? A spear away, arrow, Omar creating the space for the rest of Quest to be able to get away, but they've lost their Aegis. They want more off of it, and they will have it. Malik, he'll be brought back into his death. So 2 heroes for that Aegis. Ends up okay for...
Gonna lay the cards on the table.
Smoke is breaking. Malik is in a position. He jumps in. Immediately goes for the spear, but the beat not get it too fast. And now the super really gonna jump you. But the jump in from Durantio. He's trying to spin himself out of here, but they realize he is so isolated from his team. They kill him. And Gaming Gladiators are gonna lose more now potentially with the refresh going outside the Vice, immediately trying to jump and slow down Ace. Telekinesis puts him away. That's sword back in. Oh, the Kendrick Cowrie though. Noob is gonna be able to get some more damage out. Terrorblade is reigning supreme here as he's running away. Wait a minute, he feels like they can't take that fight anymore. He's backing away because of the buyback on Durantio. He doesn't want to fight this carry any longer, and he does not get caught in the Omni Slash. He thinks about going back in now. Let's see if Noob can get out. Blink away, gets out in time, but they have to leave behind Malik. So the 2 supports and the offlaner die in exchange for Juggernaut dying and buying back.
And their throne was almost exposed here. This is something Quest are gonna have to think about. You had 1 tier 4 that tanked up some time. You're still 13-0, and now his damage
break
absolutely out of control.
Double spear, that's a beautiful setup with the arrow on top of that one. They're gonna lose their Rubik almost immediately, but so too does Malik die without much of an impact past that. The Supernova first used. They need another 25 seconds until another Supernova. And they've already popped the meta.
The hill here, that's where your vision is if you're Quest. You just gave it up. T2000 did not want to stand his ground. He wants to find some backline. Maybe this Wind Ranger, maybe respecting the double damage that got popped there from Quinn.
They're gonna try and chase out with that double damage. Try and catch these supports. They got him with the Glide here. The jump in. Omni Slash going out. Noob blinking into the static storm while TA2000 fights up against Quinn. He's getting involved. The Nullfire on him and he kills him. Now he turns the attention over to Durantio. The Supernova's gonna explode. Durantio trying to dodge it with the Omni Slash, trying to dodge the stun, but now he's gonna be in a group of heroes that he cannot walk away from. He has to fight his way out of this one. A spin. Actually, he's getting away. The meta is out. TA2000 couldn't put the Scotty on him. Now he's gonna be slowed down in melee for it. This is not good for TA2000. A switch slash going out, and he doesn't have a Sunder to stay alive. An immediate buyback from him. No Quinn, no Malik. A 4 versus 5 for the pit. Noob playing with these supports. Gotta keep his distance though. Switch slash up in a second. Just the melee damage could be enough. Noob, he spotted. Thunderstrike, keeping up. He looks back. He got him.
That's another buyback forced out from Quest. I still don't think they can fight without the meta. 60 seconds here. T2000 is just a creep without it. He's getting kited by the pits, the fields, the telekinesis. They finally found Quinn. They will put a death on the Wind Ranger's board, and it's still not enough to power through the Juggernaut in the later portion of that fight. It takes so damn long. Right, no Wind Ranger for 25. This is your chance. No Omni Slash as well.
Malik, he sees an opportunity via blinking into the arena, holding catch. That's Static Storm, putting 3 inside. TA2000 desperately trying to fight up against Durantio. He's on Ray Thunder. Get up and Thunder. No, he can't do it. Too many Lincolns. Too many options for Gaming Gladiators. And now they have to fight through without their Terrorblade. Noob, he's getting big damage out of this Aghanim Scepter. Don't get me wrong. It killed the Rubik, but eventually his BKB is going to fail. Eventually he's going to be pulled back with the glimpse. The Thunderstrike, a little bit more damage. Celery, the support is trying to kill him with actual attacks. It's not enough. Noob will get away into the 9th, but Gaming Gladiators win the engagement enough that they can finally take Roshan.
Oh, Celery, you absolute god. That Static Storm might have just salvaged this game, because I think that fight was looking pretty damn good for Quest, right? If TA2000 gets his items off, I think you win that engagement. You have no Omni Slash, you have an egg going off with Max Sunray. You're just gonna go to town with this Terrorblade. There wasn't really responsive. That's still a fight without the Wind Ranger in it. But one old man on a Raptor put all those plans to rest.
And he is going to take both the cheese and the refresher in particular. Getting double Aghanim Static Storms, potentially with the kinetic field duration as well, locking these heroes in. I mean, that is a team fight winner right there.
And the itemization. It's all about the itemization for gaming, right? These Lincoln spheres, you gotta Sunder onto a Lincoln's. that changes this entire game if that lands.
Yeah.
The triple Lincoln Sphere for Gaimin has caused a mountain of problems.
And Gaimin Gladiators, 30 seconds till the Terrorblade is back up, and they can just go straight for the throne. Quinn is going to go for it. Focus fire, they have a clip, yes.
This might just be the game. I don't think
But he's not a refresher, he's going to re-PKB. What are you going to do? You can't refresh your glyph. We're laying into it, and Bulwark is trying to redirect some of the attacks. It's never going to be enough. The arena trying to block the damage, but it is gone. Gaimin Gladiators, they get the comeback and will take game 1 away.
Higher win rates with 52%.
They haven't picked it yet. That's why. Quest also forgot about the hero.
Yeah.
This is a new one for him. I love little surprise picks like this.
Yeah.
But I feel like they put so much to chill out.
For the denies, like this is 8 denies to 0 on the Medusa.
Yeah, only 16 CS on Dusa. That's pretty good.
Here's some of that
quite
chip
a bit.
damage. It'll prompt a not a bottle refill.
Oh.
That was the Coddle looking for the water rune. So Quinn's gonna get no rune advantage here, as Noob will gobble up both of them. In fact, Tofu didn't even run over to deny that.
Yeah, he just left it. He was going for the water rune and then TP'd, then realized his TP wasn't required.
And we see early raindrop for Quinn too. This is not an item you like buying in the 1v1s. It's more of an item you have to buy to try and sustain. I mean, it just ends up being dead gold once it gets burned. Will prevent a lot of the chip damage here. So maybe Quinn's also thinking about this potential gank in the mid if he ends up being low.
Yeah.
And converting a bit more of his net worth into regen to stay high.
He was in lane for a bit, so maybe some missed CS and experience for sure.
I mean, to be fair, Illuminate is pretty bad against the Faceless Void lane. He can jump it all off, and then it's an extra time dilation target. And it's just a nice aggressive read by Quest, even though Ace has gotten some damn good small creeps down here. Still winning that lane. And there is the solo kill with the kisses.
Got the level 6 before him. And Quinn opting, he was behind in experience, but we've seen a lot of Storm Spirits at this point. Like, okay, if the enemy mid has kill power at 6, you just default jungle. But Quinn opted not to do that. Tried to stay in lane. Pays the price for it. Duraccio almost dies as well. The blood grenade, it'll take him out.
By 1 or 2 HP, they find that kill with the last tick, just enough to know. That's a lot of XP into Omar here, as he is already 4 before the Wisdom Runes come out. Quest striking on all 3 lanes here. This is a very good early game for them, and it's very valuable to
In a series, it has gone the distance. Even the group stage matches will go 1-1. They've always gone to a game 3 in best of 3s. And Quest are looking to be able to continue that pattern, but it's going to require Noob to get past. Oh no, they missed Impale from Omar. And Quinn with this Arcane Rune is just going to get too much done here. They're going to go for a second kill. Celery's going to help tank the tower to ensure a double in mid.
Blew the man down.
We don't get the Wisdom Rune on Cowrie, so they'll get double that here for Quest, at least Slain to make up for that dive. Man, that Arcane Rune did work there for Gaming. Back.
Denied.
Yeah, it would have been a big difference if he pushed him in a slightly different direction.
Still a level behind. That is how much Noob pulled out of that 1v1.
Finders, keepers.
Something to swing this game back in their favor. I mean, the one option for Quest is you can keep playing these side lanes with some decent kill threat as the ultimates come up, right? You're closing in on Chrono. You already have Black Hole on the other side, so these side lanes are a little scary to just stand on with the solo cores if you're gaming. Your supports are not really bailing you out from that damage if you bring the rotation.
Going for the kill onto Quinn, hits him with the cookie, but Celery and Tofu are coming in here. Supports on both sides, gonna try and change this fight. They'll get the stun on to Tofu, and looks like the Keeper of the Light is gonna be the one to pay the price here. One final Fire Spirits, a little bit more burn damage, a blood grenade to add it on top, and he dies.
Another nice little rotation from the supports. They are racking in top. They end up prioritizing Ace here, and maybe also helping K2000 as he is just rushing the Midas here on the Faceless Void. The Enigma's a bit more self-sustaining.
Oh, instant Black Hole from Malik. That is actually a really good response. It may not be enough to keep him alive. The Malphite with the Hex, they change their stuff. They get the kill on Quinn. What a beautiful turn from Malik. He might even get out. Heads up read to TP out too. That was sick.
That ward paid off so much. Yeah, Tofu's gonna de-ward now. They're like, there is no way he makes that play without seeing us coming. That's just a
Stone Gates, but the fact that he's faced away from the Dusa too just adds just that little bit of extra bit to it.
I mean, this is not a turn play that Gaming expected here.
No, not at all. Long sit in, going for the kill on Omar. Quinn Not going to be kept down for long. Immediately gets a kill on Revive.
You have to keep in mind this Max Chakra magic is going to keep the Storm on the map.
Do you think this is one of those lineups that both teams is fine, like with their scale? Quinn, messing something up there. Supernova, he managed to get one Fire Spirit out, but the other ones didn't land on the supports, and as a result, the egg will die.
I think, yeah, it is kind of a game where both teams probably think they can win late game, which I think is true. I mean, those late game fights will probably come down to execution here.
Kisses, Black Hole, heavy resources to kill this dude. It's going to be a close call. Its mana shield's gone, but the rest of the team of Game of Gladiators is now here. The response with the Scottish Blast from Noob to try and stop Quinn from chasing down Malik isn't going to be good enough. And now Duracho even comes back in, pops a little bit of extra mana to get the Stone Case off, chasing away the rest of the quest. But TA2000 is now here with the Chronosphere. What's he going to put it to use to? Sticks onto Quinn, might be able to get this kill if he gets the bashes for it. Omar's going to line up a beautiful stun. That's going to be fantastic, but here comes Ace. TA2000 needs to time walk backwards now before the Doom can catch up to him. A little bit more slow. Another time walk coming up. Is Ace going to get there? He's not.
Yeah, remember, you didn't have egg for this fight either. Otherwise, maybe you can stick in there longer. And the Tombstone just... Level 2 on the egg, level 2 on the Chrono. Then you're a bit happier on these fights.
Orchid going to be put to use on Cowrie. So his sight device is going to be even more delayed. He's not having the free farming game that he had in game 1.
No, he found some of the levels, but definitely not finding the net worth here as this hits.
He uses time walk. Quinn's going to try and pounce onto him. He's hidden away into the trees. He does have Chronosphere, but they spot him. He's going to get an Orchid in, and now he's going to get bursted down. Can't get any spells off.
Is under attack.
This Orchid's already paid off. 2 big kills for Quinn. It's going to close out this map. It might even result in a tier 2. This double damage, putting in some work. Don't have a glyph here. He has to be the one going in, setting the fight up, giving vision. No one else wants to show.
They're going to go for Celery pretty deep here to collect the position fine, but nobody from Game of Gladiators is close by, so it's a wise choice. Quest get a kill and a tower for them.
Demon just farming the map. Getting a lot out of this time period, and it'll probably be the Deuce Butterfly. That's the signal. Just gonna play for second and third. Try and get the fire down.
Crazy good high ground defense, so maybe they're just gonna shrug off the little pickoffs like this, the Roshan kill, and just say, make them try and go high ground. That's where we're gonna beat them.
This is definitely the hardest Roche to contest for Quest lineup, I think. I mean, one, just getting in there with your big ults, the angle's very difficult into the early Tombstone. You're not going to be able to... Man, they are really banking on their late game team fighting here.
Yes, they are.
I mean, 1 Rax is definitely not the end of the world.
28 minutes. Oh, he gets the Illusion and gets the Orchid before the disable. Omar is going to get picked off here, and they're going to be able to get the other support Cowrie as well. So Doom put to use because, I mean, Quest isn't fighting them earlier. They're certainly not going to be fighting them right now, so no sense in holding.
But you have to think about this black hole out of the Chrono because you don't want the Medusa getting Chakra.
Oh, the Hex! Can he TP out? No, he can't. He's saying, okay, this is too close to this one. I'm dead.
I mean, this is what's basically going to happen. Like, you're going to concede some kill or tower on the map while you wait for your cooldowns. It just comes down to Noob running in. Like, he has to just tank the bullet here.
Yeah, with the Silver Edge, he's going to be able to find the Dork Fury. That's perfect, but the counter is there from Ace. They throw the Chronosphere in, only caught it on dying. A great Supernova, but it's not going to save Omar. And without Omar, Quinn is now free to play the team fight aggressively into TA2000, trying to lock it down.
Ace.
Time walk away into the side, a 1-for-1 exchange, not too bad, but running low on ultimates.
You still have
the black hole, though.
You cannot clump here if you're gaming. Malik, he's looking.
He's got 2 heroes inside the black hole. Instantly, the Cono's dead. There is the response from Quinn. He's going to stop the kids. He's trying to kill the Snapfire. It looks like Duracho's going to be able to do that. And TA2000 and Malik. It was too much. The damage was too much from Duracho coming out of that black hole.
If only Quest had vision on that hill. That is a dire ward, and it does everything here. As Gaiman, they knew what they were running into, and Malik has to die in this fight as T2000 has to risk going back in, and it all starts with a Chrono that lands on the Undying.
Look at Duracho, he played it too aggressively, and now it's going to be caught in the mid lane. Out of mana. Is there enough damage? TA2000 with the buyback here, both him and Noob committing to this fight. It's a kill they have to get in this situation. They committed too much for it.
Duracho
got it, and they're going to be able to get the Coddle as well. Tofu gets drug in. Position. positioned to break any smokes, potentially get any reads. He sees Ace and immediately jumps in. His team has finished up Roshan. He wants to get the extra kill off of this one, and Ace is going to be stalled up significantly. He does have BKB, but TA2000 does have Chronosphere, and he's going to put it to use. He finished off the Doom, and they can go for it. The Undying as well. Celery got caught in the back line, so no chance of a grab ally. Malik jumping forward. A few more seconds till the black hole, but a few seconds of disable might just be enough. And Impale, a follow-up back. Malik, the back hole about to come up, but no! Quinn, he gets away, has a little bit more mana to work with, has to dodge the kisses coming in. Noob laying into Celery, another buyback out from the side. He got the three-man black hole! It is absolutely perfect for Malik. He sees the opportunity to take down Gaming Gladiators, put him in their grave after a successful Roshan fight.
Oh, he got the storm from the high ground, doesn't need the vision.
Solutions go through the Chronosphere. Back then, it wasn't necessarily a viable build, but this day and age, particularly against Medusa, it's working out very nicely for TA2000.
There's also a period where the Necronomicon.
Oh yeah, the Necronomicon offlane faces voice to jump in. They're going for an Aegis hero. This is bold, but they will have Doom back up. He's gonna go for the black hole. Shutting the range. The Doom just on the edge of it. Then finally gets canceled. They do have the grab ally as well. Okoki giving over to TA2000. Back in the Doom, but he popped out of it. He popped out of the Doom. Got the trouble with the Doom. TA2000 jumps back. Oh, the blast! Right in the middle of the Chronosphere. He was just about to take out Ace and Quinn, but Tofu's blast saves the team fight. And now they're both dead. Remember, they bought back for the Roshan fight. They're both dead for 2 minutes.
Aghanim Scepter.
And this is an opportunity for Gaming Gladiators to end the game. As you go back into real time, there's something to know. They did not have buyback when they died, but it's now come back up for Noob, and it will soon be up in 20 seconds for the Faceless Void. In Gaming Gladiators, do they know their timing exactly? Either gonna smoke up, they're gonna try to put it to use right away.
Your buildings are dying.
Yeah, tier 4s are going down, they have to jump it down. The Divine Ringer starts going to work, they try to finish off the Undying, it's not quite good enough. Another round, Exits, winnable side, they focus on the Doom though. Oh, he's saved by the grab ally once again. They cannot kill the Tombstone because he used the little shredder. He wants the damage out of it, but what about the Tombstone though? What about the grab ally?
You don't have a choice, you need the divine hits on these cores right now.
Oh, he got the hit, Quinn, he's gonna lose his Aegis.
Duraccio
goes out. Do they hit for the throne? Are they willing to do that? There's still a Chronosphere and a black hole.
They don't have the Doom, and they didn't give the refresher shard to Ace, so Gaming are gonna get thwarted here. They're gonna respect their cooldowns right now. Wait for this Stone Gaze, wait for the Doom.
Forward to a very
TA2000. He bought out for refresher, 1 life on the Void.
A meaty black hole, they're gonna transform Durante right away, but there is the black hole used the on disc. He's gonna survive through the blast, but at the same time, TA2000 ignored all of that, went for the Chronosphere and brought down Celery. But now a buyback. He refreshes on TA2000, a second Chronosphere ready to go. So many Tombstones out as well.
2 in the pack right now. However, the throne is not dying. Gaming are not getting damage right now.
And they still have Glyph too.
They still have a black hole. They still have a Chronosphere.
Trying to get some damage out with a little shredder. Duraccio just trying to get more reactions out of them. More opportunities for Ace to respond. Who's got his second Doom ready to go off of the refresher. On Disomar gets the jump of a Hex. Trying to build damage on Duraccio is a decent amount. The Hex follow up. Oh, he got stopped, but at the same time, Cookie away. TA2000, he takes the Chronosphere with the egg. What a combination from Quest. They keep their carry alive. And now Gaming Gladiators panicking. They're gonna maybe start buying back. They do have a second black hole. He got them all. It's gonna be able to catch 3. Gaming Gladiators clip of the Doom. It's gonna be able to stop it. Quinn, he jumps in with the Orchid, grabbing the TA2000 died, but he got the golden up for be able to get another buyback. Quinn, he's going back in, trying to catch 4. TA2000 playing up against Megas, playing up against 5 of Gaming Gladiators.
Divine Rapier recovered by TA2000, gives it back to Noob here.
Oh, that's so important because they didn't have their ultimate, so like this little shredder is so important.
That's all they have left, nothing else on the board right now. It's gonna come down to how much physical damage you deal, and there's still a buyback on Duraccio. You might have to do it twice.
Trying to get rid of Vision. Cowrie gonna be caught. Oh, once again, the Cookie saves. Noob is doing it all. Malik jumps forward, gets a follow stun on to Quinn. He's okay though. Duraccio again keeping the pressure on, keeping the damage onto this
flying in.
A second Divine Rapier might just even the odds here. No, there's the Tombstone save. Omar quickly backs away. They can't really handle this Tombstone very easily.
So many hits to kill it, man. Talent is destroying Quest right now. There's no way you're taking these tombstones down anymore. There are a lot of them. The ults are coming back up slowly but surely. And second Divine on Noob.
Looks like 1,000 damage ahead. Oh, there it is! He don't have a save this time around, but they do have the force down. Looks like Amar is going to be caught in the AoE. Doom is catching so many heroes. They kill the Phoenix, and look at Malik. He's going to die as well. TA 2000. A time walk on the side. Pops Malik, jumps back in. Tries to pick up the run.
For your life.
Be able to keep their alive. Oh, beautiful. Survives. Back in. A time walk away from the Doom right. And Zane's trying to get the initiation. Now Quinn is dead for 2 minutes. It's a 3 versus 4 to be able to hold this one. A jump forward immediately from Duraccio. He win this fight. Another Doom going out. Duraccio laying the damage. The AoE control is there. TA 2000 dies. Oh, the Sapphire dies as well. GG is called. And Game and Gladiators will pull it out ever so barely in both Game 1 and Game 2.
So many small clutch plays down the stretch.